Hey guys. I guess I'm live. I'm just gonna check out. I'm kind of struggling with this thing, trying to get it to work. So just give me a quick second to figure it out. Hey, there I am. Okay, I think I am live now. So if you can see me, um, please. Oh, do I have sound? Can you hear me? Oh, good. You can hear me. Okay. So, I think I have, well, if you can, oh, good. You can hear me. Okay. I'm going to take that down. Okay. Can you hear me? So, please post if you can hear me. Can you hear me? So, please, if you can hear me. Okay, I think you can hear me. So I need to turn my volume down so I don't get my feedback. So, okay. All right. So today we are talking about um, how you can boost your efficiency using focused work sessions. So this is really interesting, and I'm kind of excited about it because I am now hosting a group. I'm a host as part of a bunch of hosts in a group, and that's great. Diane, can you hear me also, please? Can you let me know if you can hear me? Anyway, so I am a host in this group. It's called BNM, and it's an accountability group, and we're just getting it started. And we are doing the Pomodoro technique in our sessions. So what it is we have coaches who are great. Thank you, Diane. We have coaches who are hosting these meetings, and it's going to be a monthly subscription, and you'll get to go to all of the sessions, any of the sessions that you want to. I'm not sure of the price. We're still ironing out all the details, but I hosted my first two meetings that I'm going to be hosting on Mondays and Tuesdays at noon. And we do the Pomodoro technique. So the very first 5 minutes, we do a 5 minute kind of breathing exercise and trying to, breathe out the chaos and the craziness and the overwhelm and breathe in, relaxation and calm and focus. And then we think about and imagine ourselves doing the work that we have set out ourselves to do for the hour. And then we get to work. And then we work for 50 minutes. And after that 50-minute time period is up, then we take 5 minutes to just kind of reflect on what we did and what we accomplished and all of that. And it is amazing. I mean, it is so productive. It's just wonderful because the reason why is because we're taking that few minutes at the beginning of the hour to really focus in on what it is we plan to do for that hour. And we're picking just one thing, right? One thing. And so let's get into it a little bit on how you can do this for yourself, okay? So first of all, the focused work is when you're taking dedicated time, uninterrupted periods of time, and you're going to focus in on one single task, right? One single task. And that task can be something that, is going to take you about an hour, right? It's not necessarily some tiny little task that you're doing. I don't like the word task because I think that sometimes things merit a bigger word than task. And so I don't know what to call it. But anyway, so let's think about that, right? Because when you do that, you want to first break that thing down, right? So if you have an hour-long task, you might need to break it down a little bit into little components, right? So, smaller components so that you have, step one, step two, step three, and step four. And so it's kind of cool because you could take that 5 minutes, that first 5 minutes, to just kind of walk through that task mentally of what it is that you actually need to do. And that way, and then you can actually jot down the steps if you want to. Okay, step one, I'm going to do this, step two, step three, step four, and then the task is done. But by doing that, you're breaking that thing down into something that will be hopefully less overwhelming to you, right? Because it's in smaller, even smaller bites, right? And so that's why I'm kind of excited about this group, because that's what we're doing. And we're really helping people to get that zeroed in focus. And it's pretty strict. Like, you can't be late. You get 2 minutes to show up after the hour, and that's it. And then the doors are closed. And so you have to be there. You have to leave your camera on so that we can see each other and know that we're not just scrolling TikTok or something, that you're actually doing work. And it's been really fun and interesting. So hit me up if you want to learn more about this group. It is going to be a subscription, and we have not opened the doors officially. Right now, we're doing personal invitations to our particular hours to collect, to just see how the experience is, and then collect some testimonials on it, so we can get that marketing out there for this group. But it's really exciting. There's going to be lots of amazing coaches that are involved in this, and I think it'll be really beneficial to anybody who struggles to get focused, right? Okay, so what are the benefits of focused work? Increased productivity is the very first one. Absolutely, it helps you be more productive because you're not spending that time, ahead of time, just like trying to settle yourself down, trying to, you know, get um, get your brain, focused, and it actually gives you a structure in order to do that focused work, right? That Pomodoro technique is really good for that, because you take that first 5 minutes to really focus your mind in on what it is you're going to do, and then you start doing it. So you take that few minutes ahead of time and do that, rather than just thinking you got to jump right in. I think that that's one of the things that I do, is I start jumping right into the activity before I've thought it through. And by doing that Pomodoro technique, it's really helped me to think it through first, map it out in my head, and then execution is so much easier. The other reason why, or the other benefit, is you get improved quality of work because you're not allowing the distractions in, right? You're not picking up your phone every few minutes. You're not doing those things that distract you, or looking at all the other tabs, right, on your browser, or checking your email when it comes in, or whatever. So you're really focusing and concentrating your efforts, and that means that the quality of your work will increase. The stress is so much more reduced, because when you take those hours, one, you're getting more done because you're focusing your time and attention and your energy and your brain power and everything on that one thing. And then you're getting it done, right? And so you're getting that sense of accomplishment at the end, and you're actually getting something done. And then it can also enhance your creativity, because you are, kind of getting all the noise out of there, right? And when you have all that noise gone and you can focus in on one thing, it can really help with your creative brain, right? And stimulate that creative brain. And that is one of the things that I teach all of my clients with the Scrum framework. When I teach that Scrum framework work, if you've been following me for a while, you know about it, the Kanban board, right? And you can get my course, and the Take Charge of Your Biz course, as well, and learn this whole technique. But it's really good, right? Because the Kanban board has to do, doing, and done, right? It's just got those 3 columns of what you're going to do for the week, or whatever, however long your sprint is, right? The sprint, time, um, the time frame in which you're going to do things, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, right? Is the length of a sprint. And then you focus in on only those things. You don't pile it up with all those things that you want to do someday. You only put the things in that board that you are going to do in that period of time. That's it. And it really helps, because it gets all the noise of all your ideas, your backlog of things to do, all that is out of sight, out of mind, so you can focus your attention. And then this Pomodoro technique, where you take just 1 hour and focus your time and energy on one task, is like an enhancement to the Scrum process, right? Because now you're not only focusing a time period of a week to a month, but you're focusing a 1 hour session on one particular thing to knock that thing into the done column, right? Into the done column. So it's really very, very beneficial. Okay, so how to implement it. So one of the things that I teach in my Take Charge of Your Biz that I also have available in my new and improved freebie that I have out this month called Take Charge of Your Time. I've done some improvements to it, expanded it just a little bit, and and if you know my freebies, you know that they're really good freebies. They're good quality freebies. There's a lot of juicy stuff in them. So make sure you grab it. You can get it at cherylT.com/time, and I will put that in the comments here shortly. But anyway, do your time blocks first. That is the first thing, right? And if you're familiar with time blocks, grab my guide because it's kind of a refresher, but I put a different twist on it, just a little bit, because I also have you look at the quality of that time, because sometimes we can work on our businesses, but we might have distractions. Like imagine, helping your kids with homework. During that period of time, you might be able to work on some Canva designs or something like that that doesn't require, full focus, right? And then you have the other time blocks that you need that is full focus time where you really need to concentrate to get that thing done, right? You can't have distractions. And that could be anything from writing to doing a project to filming videos or whatever the case may be, right? And so you want to have that full focus time, and you want to differentiate the two. I call them yellow time blocks, the ones that you can have distractions and still get the work done. And green time blocks is that green is go. You've got to be full focused on that, right? And then I have red and black time blocks too, but you got to get the guide to learn more about those. And they just help you manage all your time and not just not plan out your every single detail of your day, but have make sure you have time for self-care and family and all those things, right? Okay, so that's the first thing. And then, so that's doing your time blocks. And then the second thing you want to do is you want to communicate this commitment to your household, right? Because especially if you have kids, I know that some of my clients have kids, and my method of communication and time blocking has really helped them communicate with their families so that they understand the commitment, and even a child can understand green and red, yellow time blocks and that sort of thing. And so they can understand that. And I even have a little printable inside that guide, the Take Charge of Your Time. It's a workbook, actually. It's not just a guide, it's an interactive workbook that you'll be doing. And it's really very helpful. But it's got a printable thing that you can stick on your fridge, and then people will know what time block you're in. And so it's a really good way for you, especially if you have small children, to manage that. But make sure you're communicating that time commitment with your family so nobody is under, the wrong impression, right? They know that you're taking your business seriously, that you really need to work on your business, and that you are committed to this thing. And then the next thing is when you sit down to work, close those browser tabs, baby, close them, because those sometimes, we leave our browsers all up, all the browser tabs, and you know how many you can get being an online business owner, right? I mean, give me some fire if you know what you're talking about. Put a fire emoji or an emoji of whatever, frustration emoji or whatever, when you wake up in the morning or whatever, and you first log on to your computer and all the browser tabs from yesterday are still up. That can be overwhelming, right? So close all those browser tabs. And one of the ways that you can help keep track, because I know a lot of times you don't want to close the tabs because you're like, well, I was working on that thing and I don't want to lose it. I want to make sure it's easy to get to, yada, 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 right? Well, what I do is in my cards on my Kanban board, right? So, you have your your Jira board or your Trello board or Monday or Asana or whatever one you're using, right? So each task has a little Trello or has a little card, right? Well, in that card, you can put all the links that you used while you were working on that thing in that card. And then you can freely close all those browser tabs at night, because if you pull up that card again, you have all those links right there in your um, in the card. So it helps you easily get back on track, right? So close those browser tabs and start from fresh so that you have a clean slate and you're not overwhelmed right before you even start working. Then the next thing is you want to review your objective, right? Review what the goal is for that hour, and then break that down into smaller and smaller things if you can. If you can't, if you know exactly what you need to do, fine, no big deal. But if you break it down, that works really good. And the way to do that is to just mentally walk through in your mind what it is you're going to do, right? And then sort of break that down. You can write the steps down, create a checklist in your card on your task, or however you want to do it, right? And so break it down into the smaller things before you even start. And then after you're done, if it's something that you repeat on a regular basis, create a template, a cheat sheet, a workflow, a procedure, whatever it is, but start getting that stuff written down step by step so that you can easily follow that step-by-step process again. And we call those repeatable processes, right? And repeatable processes will help you become more efficient, right? And more effective and more consistent, right? When you do that. So if you think about it for your marketing, right? Consistency is key, right? Consistency is key. So if you start getting policies and procedures and repeatable systems, repeatable processes in place, it's going to make your marketing a lot easier, and you'll be much more consistent because you have a simple process that you follow. So it becomes more of a management task than this random, haphazard system, cruddy system that gets you more stressed out than ever. Okay, so that is kind of how to implement those things and to get this thing working for you. If you have any questions or anything, like I said, if you're watching this live, put in a hashtag live. If you are watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay, and I will be sure to say hello when you come in. Okay. All right. So I hope that helps you be more productive, be more efficient. And if you are interested in the Pomodoro accountability group that we're doing, hit me up in the comments. Just put Pomodoro in the comments and I will get in touch with you shortly after that. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that that helped. Oh, and let me get you here's the t.com/time. All right. That should get you to the, yep, that'll get you to the take charge of your time. It's new and improved. I added another thing to it that's going to help you in a workbook page that will really help you. You can print and then just color code that baby so you know exactly what your week is going to look like. And happy being productive, happy efficiency on a Wednesday. All right, guys, I will see you in the comments. Thanks. Bye.